Welcome to another tips and tricks video in the series. What I'm going to do with this one is show you how to get into the key fob. We have a key fob here for my Yaris Hybrid, for my GR Sport, and mine's got keyless entry, so that's all I've got, a key fob. What happens when the battery goes flat? How do you change the battery? This battery is not for this key fob, this is for another one, but this is the type of battery they use. We'll get the number out of the key fob once we're into the key fob. Tota have very kindly given you a little secret key, and here is a little slidey device which you pull with your thumbnail and you slide out the key for getting into the car if your key fob's ever died. But there is another way of getting into the cars if the key fob's died, and I'll show you that later. But for now I want to show you how to get into the key fob and how to change the battery, and you need this key to do it. You might not see in here, there's a slot where the key goes, but there's also a slot for the end of the key. There's a step on the end of the key, the thin bit there. Well, that goes into the slot inside the key fob for opening the key fob. That's the inside of the key fob. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the key, and I'm going to insert it into the slot, and the slot is in the key, and the key goes in flat, goes in that position. The key goes in that position, and there's a little slot you put the key in, and you twist, and it breaks the fob open. It's that simple. That's the part of the key with the buttons. That's the part of the key with all the electronics in it. You remove out of the shell, remove that part, put that to one side, and in here we have a CR 2450, and all you do is flick the battery out. Battery's out, and to slide it back in, you just locate it in the two little tabs, push it back down, you can't get that wrong. It only fits in one way because of the shape. Slide it back into your key, and snap your key back together. That's how you get into a Tota key fob and how to change the battery. What I'm going to simulate next is I'm going to take, this is my spare key fob, I'm going to take the battery out. I'm going to show you how to get into the car with a flat battery on the key fob and how to start it. So I'm going to put my key back into the key fob, untwist, and break my key open again. And I'm taking the battery out. I'm going to leave my battery there. I'm going to reassemble the key. I'm going to go out to the car. And show you how to get into the car with a flat battery in the key fob. So let's snap the key back together. We're going back outside now with the two keys, the good key and the bad key. I'll keep the good key away from the car. This is the key fob with the CR2450 removed out of the key. If you've got a pre-2020 Yaris, you'll have a CR2032, and the procedure is the same to get into the keys. So I'll leave them two batteries on the desk, take this key fob out to the car, and I'll show you how to get into the car with a flat battery in your key fob. So say this is only to simulate a flat battery. So let's go. Right, I've got two key fobs here on the floor. This is the key fob I use all the time. That one's got a battery in it. I'll prove it's got a battery in it by walking up to the car. Got the key fob, car opens, car locks. So I'm going to put that out of range of the car, so it's on top of the Suzuki. The other key fob's still on the floor there, so they're all out of range. Car won't open. So we're going to get a key fob with no battery in, and I'll prove it's got no battery in because I'm by the car with it. Key fob on its orange tab. It's not opening. So let me set this camera up on the tripod and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So camera's on the tripod now, so I'm not trying to hold the camera and show you. This is a key fob with no battery. The car won't let me in. So what I'm going to do is remove the little key. I've still got the key fob in my hand, but it doesn't work. You need the key in that orientation. This will set the alarm off. Right, we'll go into the car. And what I'm going to do, shut car. What I did there, key fob, no battery. I held it by the start button and pushed the start button. This car can drive now. And that's with a key fob with no battery or a dead battery. I'll bring you into the car and I'll show you that procedure again, but I'll have to set the alarm off and get in with this and show you what I did. So, well, I'll get out, stop the camera, set the camera up in the car and I'll show you. So you got yourself into the car and set the alarm off with that key. My other key is still on top of the Suzuki Jimny, out of range of the car, and the car is off. It's not ready to drive. What I'm going to do with the fob, this is the one with no battery in it, is put it next to the start button, foot on the brake. I'm going to push the start button. The car's now coming alive. Everything on the dash is lit up. And as you can see, you can drive away. Let's put the car back on the drive. Remember, that's the key with no battery in it that lives on this fob, and there's the key. So let's grab the camera and I will prove to you, as a tripod, the other set of keys is still on top of the Suzuki Jimny, and that's the set of keys with the battery in it. And them are the ones that work because they've got a battery in them. Then back up there, they're out of range. Other key fobs still on the seat. Let's put the other key fob there. And the car starts. The car is ready to drive away. That's how you get into your Yaris when the battery's died. There's key fob that's dead. And off we go again. Well, I hope you found that little bit of information informative and handy. If you like these type of videos, please click like below. Please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching another North Wales side-by-side video in the tips and tricks series from the GR Yaris Sport.